Hey guys, it's Mike, and I want to start a series to help train some of the new people in the business, or maybe some of the old guys that have been around for a while. And I want you to really start to focus on the psychology of what you say to a customer. So we're going to have some thought-provoking videos that you're going to watch over this series, and it's going to give you an opportunity to kind of hone your skill. If you're a professional salesperson, why not treat yourself like a professional athlete and show up to practice? Even when you're at the top of your game, you can always get better. So today we're going to pull up Jeremy Miner. This is some training that I found online that I really do like, and we're going to have you guys take a look at it and see what you think for yourself. So here we go, Jeremy Miner.
Every month when your prospect says, I just need some time to think it over. Yikes. All right, you want to stop that from happening so you can close those deals. I can show you how to do that and overcome it here on this vibe board. You ready? You might want to write this down. All right, the first thing that you have to learn how to do when the prospect says that objection is you have to get them to let their guard down. If you throw out some type of rebuttal like, well, what do you need to think about? Or you said you like the car, what do you need to think about? What does the average prospect do? They get defensive and then they typically throw out more objections. Am I right? I think you know I'm right on that one. Now, is the I want to think it over, is that a real objection? Does the prospect sit there after you leave and write out everything and the pros and cons and what they like and what they don't like, and then 3 weeks later they make a decision? No. I want to think it over is just them. It's a defensive mechanism in their mind where they don't want to tell you what the real objection is. Are you with me? So this is not the objection, it's what they want to think about. That's the real objection. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to help them tell you what the real objection is, and then you know it, and then you can address it and help them overcome it. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to agree with them. I'm going to break this down step by step so you can conceptualize it and then use it for what you sell. You say, you know, Jeremy, I just really need some time to think about it. Yeah, John, look, that's not a problem. Now, what's your time frame on getting back to me in the next day or so just to see if I'll be available for you? Now, why would I not try to address this and ask him what he or she wants to think about right here? Do you know why? Because my first job is what? To get them to let their guard down. Because if I can't get them to let their guard down, they're not going to tell me what the real concern actually is. So the first thing you're going to agree, yeah, that's not a problem, Sally. What's your time frame on getting back to me in the next, I guess, day or two just to see if I'd be available for you? Okay, now, what do I do there? Why did I say just to see if I'd be available for you? And why did I say what's your time frame in the next day or so to get back to me? What this does is it raises your status in their mind when you say just to see if I'd be available for you. Are experts available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? No. That's why they're an expert, because everybody wants to do business with them. Everybody wants to buy from them. So if you're like, oh, I can call you tomorrow at 5, or I can call you at this time, you're just lowering your status because they view you just like a regular salesperson who nobody likes, all right? So you want to raise your status by that. Now, a lot of times, let's say in this example, they say, oh, I can probably call you later this week. And they just don't give you a specific time. Now, if they say, oh, I can talk tomorrow at 2, that's fine, and then I'll show you what to ask next to find out what the objection is, and you're there and you can actually close them, okay? Let's say this prospect says, oh, you know, I don't know, I'm pretty busy, but I can probably call you back later in the week. And let's say it's a Monday, and they're saying this to you. Now, you cannot have a prospect where you're just waiting on them calling you back, because if you do that, what's going to happen? Well, you know, because you're experiencing it right now, 99% never call you back. So there's no waffling. You have to get a specific time frame, okay? You might want to pay attention to what I'm going to show you here next. Then you're going to say this, I'm not sure I have to call you later this week. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I'd be randomly available like that with my schedule. What I can do, though, if it helps you, is if you have your calendar handy, I can pull up mine and have you book a specific time with me. That way you don't have to chase me down and vice versa. Would that help you if I did that? Now, let me show you what I just did. This is called an NEPQ calendar commitment. Now you have a firm time. That's plan B. Now I'm going to show you what plan A is in just a second and how you're going to help them overcome and find out what their concern is. But right now we're on plan B, okay? Now, here's what we're going to say. Well, I'm not sure if I'd be randomly available like that with my schedule. What does that position you? high status, you're busy, you've got lots of clients. You don't need them, right? You're an expert, all right? Lots of people are coming to you to solve these same problems. Now, what I can do if it helps you, notice how I'm flipping the script, right? Who has the problems here? Me, the salesperson, or the prospect? Well, the prospect has the problems, right? Who has the solution to solve those problems? I do. See, we want to flip that script. We want them to do the work rather than you trying to do all the work. So we're flipping that, all right? What I can do if it helps you is if you have your calendar handy, I can pull up mine and have you book a specific time with me. That way you don't have to chase me down and vice versa. Notice, that way you don't have to what? Chase me down. What does that do? Builds your status, raises your status in their mind. You're busy. That way they don't have to chase you down. See the difference there? Why are you chasing them down when you're going to get them to chase you down? And then I say, would that help you? Nobody's going to say no. Now, here's the point. You book the appointment, let's say the next day. All right, now, here's what you're going to do. Now, why did I just do all of that? The biggest reason I just did all that, the reason why I said not a problem and I booked another appointment with them, is now their guard is down. And why? Because they think you're going to leave. So if you're on the phone, they think now you have the appointment that you're about to get off the phone. If you're on Zoom virtually, or if you sell virtually, whatever platform you use, now they think you're going to get off Zoom. If you're in their home or business, depending on if you sell B2B or B2C, or even if you sell door to door, they think you're about to leave. So where's their guard? Lowered, right? They don't feel any sales pressure, like they feel like you're going to leave. And here is where the magic begins. Are you ready? All right, now here's what you're going to do. Now, John, before I go, I guess what were you wanting to go over in your mind? That way I know what questions you'll have when we talk tomorrow. Did you see what I just did? Instead of saying, before I go, what do you need to think about? You said you liked the car, you said you wanted the insurance policy, or you said you needed you need to have a better fraud stack if you sold cybersecurity, or whatever it is, okay? Now, before I go, what were you wanting to go over in your mind? And you do this, what were you wanting to go over in your mind, just so I know what questions you'll have when we talk tomorrow? Now, this is really key. You have to verbal pace this out. Do you know what I mean by verbal pacing? What would I do? How does it sound if I do this? Now, before I go, what were you wanting to go over in your mind, just so I know what questions you'll have when we talk tomorrow? Oh, I don't know. I just need some time to think about it. Watch what I do now. Now, Sally, before I go, I guess what were you wanting to go over in your mind, so I know what questions you'll have when we talk on Tuesday? Did you see my facial expression shifted into a what? Did you hear how my tone was more of a curious tone? See, your tone is how your prospect interprets why you're asking the question. Now, a curious tone causes them to actually open up and tell me what they wanted to go over in their mind, not think it over. Remember, they think I'm still going. You know what most of them are going to do? Well, it's just, I really need to think about it. It's a big decision, and I'm just not sure if we have the money or budget for it. Oh, what did we just find out? That it's a money objection. And now you're still there on Zoom or on the phone or in person, and now you can help them overcome the money objection. Or, well, it's just a big decision, and I just feel like I really need to talk with my husband. He's not going to be here till tonight. Oh, we just found out what? A spouse objection now. We're there, we can help them overcome it. Well, it's just a big decision, and I just don't know if I have time to really do this right now. Oh, what did we find? That it's a time objection, and we have to we're then and there, we're helping them overcome the objection. You see how easy that is to find out the real objection by simply getting them to let their guard down, by them feeling you're about to leave, and simply asking them, now, hey, before I go, what were you wanting to go over in your mind? See, you got to act this out. You can't say, what were you wanting to go over in your mind? See, your face is like the remote control to your tone. Your facial expression is the remote control to how your tone comes across, okay? What were you wanting to go over, I guess, in your mind, just so I know what questions you'll have when we talk tomorrow? See how easy that is? All right, you want to start learning these type of skills, because I'm about to release some dandies here, probably in the next 48 hours. You might want to hit the subscribe button. Hope that helped you. And by the way, You're welcome for that one.
And there you guys have it. There's Jeremy Miner. So I really encourage you to take about 10, maybe 15 minutes of each day and work on self-improvement. Work on honing your skill and work on becoming the best salesperson that you can. Because whether you're new or you're old, remember, you can always teach an old dog new tricks. We'll look forward to seeing you guys soon. Stay with me, working with intent. That's what it's all about. And we're going to grow together, become better together, and we're going to win together. See you guys soon.